Hi friends, this is Barbie Daly with Rural Life in the Valley. Thank you for joining me today and welcome to my channel. Welcome if you're returning and welcome if you are new. I'm so happy to have you here. Well, today for Fairy Garden Thursday, I am going to show you how I make a waterfall for my fairy garden. I have done this one other time, and so I'm hoping it's going to work out good for this. I'm trying out a little tutorial and see how it works. I might have to switch over to a voiceover if there's noise. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is get started here using masking tape. And so I want quite a large piece, probably. I'll just measure it to give you an idea. Okay, we're going to go about 12 inches. That way I can cut it in half, or I can use it for a waterfall and a river. We'll see how it turns out. So what I have here is a piece of parchment paper to protect my table, and also, with the glue. And so okay, now, so the tape is not going to stick to the parchment paper very well, so I'm just going to weigh it down a little bit on both sides. I'm using a little jar of marble or glass beads. I'm trying to get this all in the frame as good as I can. Try to pull that up a little bit. Okay, and then I need something else. Maybe this will be okay. Okay, so I've got my hot glue gun ready. What I'm going to do is just make some lines, just throw in a lot of glue. So I guess it doesn't really matter where I start. I just need to have an area. Okay, so I'm going to start here. Just making some squiggly wavy lines. I don't think it matters how you do it, because I'm going to crisscross it because you do want it to be all stick together. And of course the glue doesn't really cooperate. And I'm probably going to run out of it. So I'm going to go fill it up. I'll be back. And that was this glue gun was my mom's, but I really like it. I do have another one with a finer line. So if this turns out good and if you see the video, you know it turned out. It's really pretty easy. But you do want to get some different lines in it and crisscross so it will stay together when it dries. And it doesn't take very long to dry. I know you can't see what I'm doing right at the moment. Oh, yes you can. Okay. And I'm out of glue already. That goes fast. Okay. We're going to wait for it to dry and I'll be back. Now while I'm waiting for this one to dry, it's mostly dry, but I can still feel it's warm to the touch. So I thought I would make another one and just see if one turned out better than the other. There's sort of a little trick with the glue gun because it stops coming out, then you have to push it again. Okay. Try to get some more squigglies in here. In the end, we'll see which one comes out the best. Try to go along the end of the tape here. Okay, now we'll go crossways. Need some more glue almost. Okay, now you can see the difference in the two. This one is more milky, so you know it's dry or just about dry. This is very hot glue. Right now I've got it on the hot setting, so maybe it takes a little bit longer to dry. Okay, so this is kind of stiff, as you can see, and I'll be taking it off the tape. But before we do that, we are going to paint it so it looks like a watercolor, you know, the color of water. I hope. I have another, I know what I did last time, and I have something to add to it, so I hope it's really going to look good. So now what I'm going to do is take some paint and mix it. I'm going to take, let's see, oops, I got this stuck on here. Get my fingers in it. Whoops. And it's sticking everywhere. Okay. So my idea is to use chalk paint. I've got a white Waverly chalk paint, and then I have some acrylic blues, and I'll mix it in. Now chalk paint adheres a little better, I think, and gives more coverage. So we'll experiment on both and see which works. So while the other one is drying, I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I need to just put this out of the way for a minute. I probably don't need a whole lot. I don't know how stiff this is. I haven't been using my paints as much. Got a cat hair in there. No surprise. Cats are always trying to get in here. Okay, we'll just start with that much of the white paint. And then I don't have a lot of colors, I don't think. I don't know, I might have some stash. This is Apple Barrel Turquoise. So I'm going to add a drop. Whoops, more than a drop. And this one is, oh, fluorescent. I don't know if I want fluorescent. This is a darker blue, opaque blue. So let's have a little drop of, see how much a little drop is. Okay, probably should have shook that up. Okay, I'm going to just stir these through. See, we have mostly, I don't think I'm going to stir them up too much because I want to see how it goes on. I can always paint over it. I'm going to unplug my glue gun just a moment. Okay. And I'll get a brush. Okay, I have a brush. We're going to go ahead and paint, see what happens. kind of want different colors in it. I'm just painting over the tape as well as the glue. Looks kind of messy, but I think that will be good to just have different colors in it. Grab little stripes here. See if I can get a little bit of dark blue in here. Hope you can hear me when I'm kind of talking to myself. I should speak up. My voice is quiet when I'm doing a tutorial and I'm talking into the camera. It may not always be very loud, so that's why I do voiceovers a lot. But the pictures on the camera are so small when you're trying to do a voiceover, sometimes you lose what you're looking at. Okay, well, I can always add more if I need to for that one. Okay, now that has to dry, so I'm going to shut the camera for a second and I'll be back. Okay, this one feels that it's not as opaque, or let's say not opaque, but it's not as filmy as the other one was, but it feels warm and I can touch, or not so warm, I can touch it. So we're just going to try some more painting, and I'm really hoping I may end up doing this over because I am hoping that this glue comes off the tape. I thought this is the side I'm supposed to I thought the non-sticky side was the side that I'm supposed to put the glue on, but I don't know. We'll see how easy it comes off. Now when that other glue dries, I have one more step that I want to try. Add a little bit more dark blue. The nice thing about it, it's just, if you get too much, you just keep brushing. Okay, don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to shut this off, let it dry, and then do this last step before we take it apart. Okay, they're both dry. I actually took the hair dryer to them to make sure, and it turned out that they're kind of different in color. This has a little more turquoise in it, and this has a little more blue and white in it, so that'll be good. Now my third step is, this is what I thought of. This is one of my favorite types of paint, or I don't know, whatever you call it. It's called Silver Lining. It's Glitterific Pop by Folk Art, which I get at Walmart. I've shown it many times on my art journals and my different paper crafting. And I had put it on a DIY, or toothbrush holder if you saw it. And I was looking at it today, and it was so pretty with sparkles. I thought this might be just perfect for a fairy garden waterfall. So what I'm going to do, hopefully it's going to come out, I'm going to put it in the cap. I don't want to waste any, so I don't want to put it in another thing, but when it comes out, oops, here, it's kind of chunky because it has all this glitter, or sort of like sequins. I don't know what you call it, but you'll see when I paint it. Let's see, this is the first one, the driest, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to take my brush. It has a little bit, I wiped off the paint, but not too much, so I'm just going to start here at the top. And I hope you're able to see in the camera. Let me see if I can just get it down just a little bit lower. You'll be able to see the sparkles. There's little ones, and then every now and then you'll get a big round one. Oh, there's some right here. And this will look like a sparkling waterfall, sparkling fairy garden waterfall. And I do have other colors. I have a kind of a golden one and one that has a little bit of pink in it, but I thought the silver would probably be best. I like to get a couple more big ones, but it's going to take longer to dry. But there, I got a few. Okay, so we'll move that over and bring the other one. Let's see. Go. There, you can see the big ones right here. This dries pretty quickly too. It's fun to put on your paper crafts, although if you put it on too thick, it might buckle it up just a little bit. I don't know, it's not too bad. I've put it on a lot of different things, wood and plastic, paper. Okay, we will let it dry and then we will reveal how it turned out. And then if this video isn't too long, I might put together a real quick fairy garden. We'll see. You know, I can't help myself. I love this glitter effect pop so much that I'm going to put a little bit of the neon explosion in. It's slightly pink or iridescent. Here, let's see. So we're just going to glide a little bit here and there just to add some more fun, because that's what fairy gardens are all about, right? Fun. Fun and whimsy and imagination. And I have to say, I'm so happy that I got involved in this. I've always loved fairy tales and things like that, but I had never made a fairy garden before. But I always like to bring my crafting interest into everything and a little bit of my storytelling, which I didn't even know that I had storytelling in me, but I guess I do. Okay, we're going to let it dry. I'll be back. Okay, now I'm back and we are going to take this off the tape. I started it just to see how it would work. And a little bit of sticking here. I may have to peel some tape off a little later, but I don't think it will be too hard. Oops, I'm not doing it on the camera. Sorry about that. I'm standing up and kind of bending over my tripod. Okay, so here's what it looks like. I'll do the other one. A little bit of paint that's still not quite dry. Okay, so I'm going to show you close up. Then I'm just going to do a little setup. I won't do a full fairy garden. I'll just kind of give you an idea of how I'm going to do it. And then at a future date, may not be next week, because next week will be my Valentine February fairy garden box. So it might be the week after. So anyway, here you can see the sparkles. There's some pink and lots of silver. And here's the other one. And so that's really cool how it just comes out like that. So I will be back. Okay, I decided that we need a pond for the waterfall to go into. So I did a little bit of the work ahead of time to save time, but I took a piece of cardstock right here, and I cut the shape of a pond, and then I drizzled the glue on it. And I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but basically I took a smaller brush and I'm just going to paint it and add colors to it and just try to get the same colors in both the waterfalls so that maybe they can be a little bit interchangeable. So as you can see, I've left the cardstock show through, and then I'm just going to add some more colors of the paint for the waterfall. And like I said, I'm not going to take your time because I'm sure this is going to be a lot longer than I ever planned. But it's so fun. Can't help myself. Okay, I'll see you in the reveal. So here's the little fairy garden with our waterfall and pond that I made. Now I have the waterfall there tucked up under a couple of rocks. That's how I found it works best for fairy gardens so far, and for such a quick thought about how I was going to make this. So two of the fairies have decided to go out on a little adventure to a beautiful pond with waterfall, and they brought along their little froggy friend that has a rowboat because they knew that he would enjoy being in this pond. And they have a little rabbit friend and a little hedgehog friend. And then the other river or waterfall that we made, I turned into a river, and there's a little fairy house. It goes right under, part way under the fairy house. So I will do another fairy garden with these at a different time, maybe not for a week or two. Next week will be my February fairy garden in a box where I use a calendar page, so you can look forward to that. And then maybe I'll think about doing another waterfall fairy garden. So I want to thank you so much for watching, for taking the time out of your day to watch. I hope you will go to the other fairy garden channels, Sandy Lynn's and Sharon, and then there are a couple other people that participate occasionally, and I put their names in there also. And you can look that down in the description box. So, my friends, thank you again. I hope that you are having a wonderful day or evening wherever in the world you are. Bye-bye.